All right, welcome back, everybody. Welcome to episode 2 of Guys and Whiskey. If you made it this far, you already know we got no filter. And if this is your first episode and you're a little easy about what people say, you might want to look elsewhere. But if you're okay with it, before you can continue to watch, make sure you like, subscribe, leave us your comments, and let's get to what today's about.
What's today's topic about? What we miss.
There you go. What we miss. I'm a simple guy.
What do you miss, Will?
I miss simple shit like being able to go to a restaurant, sit down, have a little drink, get something to eat. If I'm lonely and just need a little lady time, go to the strip club, spend some time.
Definitely miss the strip club. It's been a minute.
I mean, it's been a long time, even after, before this whole coronavirus. I didn't go for until we went. It was just you and me. No, it was just you and me.
Our brother. It
was just
that was a good time.
I haven't been to the strip club in a minute. Long minute. No need. I guess that's a good thing. It's a good thing. But I agree with you on the eating out part. Like, I Uber Eats things now, and I'm there in my room, and I'm just eating, and I'm like, fuck, like...
I've gained 15 pounds. In the last 3 weeks I've been here, 15 pounds. I'm like, what the fuck? How did I gain 15 pounds? And I see it, I feel it.
Yeah.
I'm sitting down like this, and I feel my breast touching my stomach. I feel it.
It's easy when you're stuck at home and you're bored.
Yeah. But I feel like we've eaten way more.
Oh yeah.
Before this whole, but it's
because we're not moving around.
Exactly, you're more active.
Yeah.
That's why I bought that Bowflex machine. I bought the tread climber that they have, Bowflex tread climber. So I've been working out since Thursday. Trying to burn as much calories as possible.
I just ate once today. I went to my friend's house. She cooked rice, beans, and
This is the best time to go fasting again.
It's hard.
It's not bad.
It's tough. I try. I've been trying. I just don't eat breakfast, but for some reason it's not working.
You know what you do? You just go for a walk over the weekend. Just eat all the food, and then the day you have no food throughout.
Well, I'm getting down to the foods I don't really like, which is the good foods that my body needs. I have all the vegetables and the salads.
Like shit, I'm on.
Then I got tuna, sardines. So I'm like, I don't eat that shit, but that's good for you.
Yeah. That's what you're gonna have left over, so you're gonna have to cook. Just eat all the junk food first.
Oh yeah, I ate all the junk food, all the good shit already.
All your guilty pleasures are gone.
Good thing about me, thank God I'm not a snacker. It doesn't look like it, but I'm not a snacker. I don't like candy. If it's very rare, I eat candy. I'll eat Skittles or Sour Patches every once in a while, rarely. But thank God I'm
not a snacker. Yeah,
I just like to eat. I just like full meals.
A full meal, yeah.
I don't snack.
I like cookies.
I don't know what it is. I just don't like ice cream. Whenever I go to a birthday party, I don't eat the cake unless it's
the best.
The Fire's cheesecake or.
But everyone upsells it. You're around and you're at this party and everyone's like, "Oh my god, the cake's so good!" And you're like, "Is it?"
I mean, when is cake ever bad?
It's like, come on.
When is cake?
When it has too much merengue, what is it on? Too much icing. I'm not an icing guy.
I prefer the icing. I used to eat cupcakes and just eat the icing and then leave the rest of the cake above.
No.
But if it's 3 leche cake or
3 leche
cheesecake or a super triple chocolate superb cake, whatever, I'm like, okay, I'll hit that.
Yeah.
I hit that. Yeah, man. Here right tomorrow, I hit up a guy on OfferUp. He's selling a bench with 6 45 plates and 2 35 plates.
Okay.
With the bar and everything for $900.
$900?
Jesus. That's cheap.
Is he bringing it to you?
I'm gonna go get it.
That sounds like a workout. Can you bring it for me for $900?
Bro, you could bench me. I'll charge you.
Yeah.
$50 a day. No, not even. Because then you'll use me up and that's it.
That's it. That's nothing. 6 plates. That's 6 plates.
That's it. That's 3 plates on your stick.
But damn, dude, where are you gonna keep it in the backyard?
We're outside.
Oh, you keep it outside, but it'll get rust.
Yeah, we'll get rust. It looks brand new. I'm gonna check it out tomorrow. So.
Or you rent that warehouse is exactly like this one.
Make your own.
I'm not renting anything.
But you get 3 or 4 other people. Like I would go into it too, but
What did Jimmy say?
I'm broke as fuck. But you get like 4 people that want to work out. Like, okay, 1,200 divided by 4, that's $300.
Yes.
$300. So it's like you have your own personal gym for $300 a month. Got a little shower in there. You could probably even rent it out to people that want to do like classes, like yoga classes. You definitely want to get that in there. And have your office with an open window.
Where you can see the yoga class.
And not that, it's just good for reliability. Just make sure everybody's not fucking around. And then you have your indoor like camera system, but like the good ones that you can zoom in. Make sure that nobody has weapons on them.
Without the screen?
I think a lot about this shit. And I wouldn't mind becoming a yoga instructor.
I mean, I just
I
don't
don't think you
want
can.
Bro, I will be a yoga instructor with like a list. All right, ladies, are you guys ready? Let's go. Okay. Honey, no. Let me show you. Right there, can you have a pen?
If I'm not mistaken, I think the guy who invented yoga, he had a lawsuit for it.
I'm pretty sure yoga.
For harassment.
No, yoga has been around for thousands of years.
Well, like hot yoga.
Okay.
Maybe.
I mean, I can see that like anything that has to do with.
Yeah, it's simple. He probably started off, just like how you said, in his own little place, got a couple people to do yoga. All of a sudden, he's making millions of dollars, and now she's like, ooh, this is my come up.
Like,
he molested him.
Yeah, it's easy. Like, well, we don't want to get into this topic because it's always like,
That's true.
we don't want to get into this topic.
I just want to make up one of them.
You lift that up, then you can tell us what you miss. What do I miss? Traveling, man.
Hell yeah, let's get into that.
Fuck yeah. It's always been available to do it, but I never did it, especially when I had money, remember?
Yeah.
Working
And you
at
work
the
for
hotel.
the, yeah.
And I had this crazy discount.
Yeah, the best discounts, yeah.
And it's like, we could easily talk to somebody in the airlines, especially with like Avianca, where we
Yeah.
want to go to Colombia, right?
Yeah.
And I just never took advantage of that. I can't complain that it was management that didn't allow me to take vacation time off.
Because you could use your 2 days. It doesn't even matter. You don't have
I
to go
couldn't really push for it, but I wasn't very like pushy about it.
Yeah. You don't even need to go international. You just get out of Miami, Like, people are probably like, man, I would kill to be stuck in quarantine in Miami, but it's like, it's boring. Quarantine right now, anywhere is boring.
This is a blessing right now because if you had projects pending, things that you wanted to do, now is the time to do it. Like if you want to learn photography or if you want to brush up on the subject or learn the language, anything, right now is the time to fucking do it. And right now, there's so many things that I've been pending and it's still pending, but I'll find time. Like I want to get into photography. I told you I want to buy a camera.
Yeah.
That's always been like in the back of my mind. So now that I'm getting my income tax, I'm like, okay. And they're giving free classes on Nikon.com. They're giving free master classes and taking all this advantage of all these like free stuff that you can find online. Pornhub, like they have the free premium Pornhub right now, so definitely taking more advantage of that.
Nice. You know the free time you have.
There's a lot of free stuff. Like I was playing around on my motorcycle.
Oh, bro, we gotta get to this. So, you do your first burnout, and you're wearing sweatpants and Crocs.
Yeah, I was just like,
No gloves, no helmet.
Yeah, I mean, like the floor was wet, so I was like,
And the floor was wet too.
so I was like, that should be easier to do it, no?
Bro, anytime the floor is wet, it's just more of a danger of whatever you're doing.
He almost ran into my rental.
Yeah.
So that's good content. That's good content. I can shoot you that.
Yeah, shoot it to me so that way everyone can see.
Don't record yet. Wait. I got to put in here.
Yeah, it did. It did.
Want to do another one?
Go ahead. Oh, watch it.
Well, the first time I did it good, and then I did it again, and then when I released the throttle, I let go the front brake.
Yeah.
So I went
Yeah.
forward. The third time I did it right here. It came out good.
It did come out nice though. Nice sound gloves, maybe some shoes.
But definitely wear full gear if I'm doing like a rollout, burnout,
Yeah.
or especially a wheel. I wouldn't do a wheelie on this bike. No, it's a brand new bike. I don't
True.
Oh, you didn't want to fuck it up.
You seen
Well, a lot of
the
people
videos.
that tell you like if you practice, you gotta take the side fenders off because you have to accept the fact that hey, you're gonna fall.
Yeah.
So,
But
but I
a buddy
agree.
of mine, he does stunts all the time. He's already dropped his bike 2-3 times.
Yeah. Yeah, luckily I never fell. But then again, mine was just an R6, it was just 600. I loved her though. But it was a 2005, I didn't mind. And I was just like, fuck, I'm just gonna practice.
That's why
And you just do little bunny hops. And then all of a sudden.
I've done that on this bike. I've done, I take off the traction control and gun in on first gear.
Yeah, you power it,
Bro,
yeah.
it pops up.
Do power wheelies.
Yeah. First time it happened, I almost lost my shit. Like, I almost fell off. I was like, whoa! Like, damn, that's not cool.
I remember I did a wheelie on a bicycle when I was a kid.
Oh, I used to do that shit all the time. Like on my bicycle,
No comparison.
I could ride.
No comparison.
I could ride my bike miles without touching the handle. Like I could just curve it. I was back in high school. It's a lot more fit. I'll do bunny hops. I was like, wheelies all day. So that translates later on to like motorcycles. I guess. I used to love riding bike. Oh shit! I have 3 bikes right now. Bicycles. Road bike, speed bike, and mountain bike.
Talking about traveling, the number one spot for me right now. I mean, I've only been to. Obviously, I went to Dominican Republic. That's where I'm from. That's where my parents are from. But Colombia, Medellin.
Oh man!
I was supposed to go in May.
Remember how we used to always talk about that in the hotel? Always talking about that.
It is a magical place.
I bet. I'll never come back probably.
Make sure people. I'm sorry. Make sure.
Never Gucci.
A lot of people that I've seen a lot of people on YouTube videos. Those like digital nomads. I guess that's what they call it now. People who work online, and they just go visit. They plan to go visit South America or other countries or whatever, and they end up just staying in Colombia.
This is beautiful.
Yes.
It's a different lifestyles. Like nobody's here, but you go over there, you're like upper middle class over there.
It's like, exactly. It's like you're a nobody living in Miami. It's like go to Colombia.
Yeah.
You'll be somebody.
Sorry.
It's like you have a lonely Friday night over there. You have something to do probably every day. I'm assuming. I don't know.
No, it's exactly like that because
I can't wait.
once around this time, what time is it? Around 8:00. Yeah, it's 8:00 around this time. Where I was staying at in Medellin, it was called Parque Lleras. At this time, because everything's packed. You can go in that area. It's like a little park, surrounded by a park. It's basically a park, and it's surrounded by like little bars and hookah bars and strip clubs and all this shit. There's just people walking around.
Is that like the South Beach of Medellin, or
Basically, I guess you can call it that. You can call it that, but it's super packed. There's people, and they're super friendly, and obviously, there's a lot of whores walking around. But
they're not whores?
prostitutes,
Not prostitutes.
working ladies. I guess you can, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. But and yeah, and tourists too. But there was this club that we went to. Damn. But it was an amazing club. You go in there and you see nothing but 12s. Every girl you see there is goddamn near perfect. It's crazy. It's freaking crazy.
Can't wait to
It's
go.
the seven. And then the weather is freaking amazing too. It's like, I think they call it never ending city of spring or something like that.
Because it's like the perfect weather. It's in the mountains.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like it's not too cold. It's not too hot. It's just like boom, that 70, probably like
like
70-degree level all year long.
Yeah.
That's dope.
It's a beautiful place.
The only thing is that I need to get into shape because the altitude over there is 50,000 feet above sea level. And
Some crazy shit like that.
Yeah, it's pretty. I don't know if that's exact.
That's 11 miles. Yeah, we looked it up last time. It's 11 miles up in altitude, and we only live 3 to 6 feet above sea level.
Barely.
I'm gonna be under.
Or no, we're not under. Maybe in certain spots of Miami, but we're definitely like 3 to 6 feet above sea level.
Yeah, when I was there, I definitely
Feel tired.
I felt tired.
When I went to Vegas, it's only I think it's 13, and I was like just a little bit. I was like felt a little winded, but not that much. Maybe I'm over exaggerating.
You know, in Colorado, you feel never super hot.
We're not used to that altitude. Especially like I don't travel, I don't walk, I don't really move around much, you know. Just having those stupid masks on, I can barely breathe. Like I feel tired.
I can't stand those masks.
I can't breathe in it.
It's super
Build
hot.
up a sweat going on there.
And then my beard, it's annoying. You know, it barely covers my face.
You should just get a bandana. Don't even bother with the mask.
Well, I have the
bandana.
motorcycle mask that I have, like
Yeah.
the sleeve. So that
Just
supposedly
wear
that
your
does,
helmet.
it's not obviously it's not as
Still
safe
covers
as
your face.
I guess the medical mask. But I'm still covering my face. Which I don't know. I don't even think. I'm not even going to get into this topic because I don't need people are like, yeah, I got stupid. Which they're probably already saying, you know.
Gross science.
Gross signs.
So, like, you touch something, wash your hands. Don't touch your face. Somebody coughs or sneeze, just hold your breath.
No, you can't sneeze. I haven't heard not one person sneeze.
Bro,
In
I get
public.
so scared. Like, if I'm in public and I'm like, oh my god, I gotta sneeze. I try so hard to cover my sneeze or to make sure I don't sneeze. So that's the last thing I need.
Because,
Is
like,
oh,
yeah,
It's
somebody,
like a terrorist attack now.
yeah.
people will look
He's
at
got it,
you
go
like,
get him! And it's like, oh fuck. Like in Monsters Inc., when the moment they get touched by like a human product, they like quarantine their ass and shave the monster. That's exactly how I feel. I'll be walking around, I gotta sneeze, I sneeze, all of a sudden I get quarantined.
yeah, we're making it seem like this coronavirus is like, if you get touched, we have it.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So touch won't give it to you, but if you have it on your, like if I touch you and you manage to touch your eye or your lips, or,
I can imagine that. I think the way to get it
that's why they tell you not to touch
is
your face.
if it gets into your eyes. Like,
Right. They tell
I
you not
think
to
it's a
touch
lot
your face.
harder to get into your nostrils or into your mouth.
If someone sneezes around you, though, you're gonna get it.
But I believe like the particles, they could be like somebody sneezes and supposedly the particles take 3 hours.
No, they last for 3 hours.
For 3
Like
hours.
3 to 6 hours, something like that. They
Well,
last in the area.
Yeah, when you sneeze, there's a bunch of tiny little particles that you can't obviously see, and you walk into that. I think that it'll get into your eye. And that's how you get.
The thing is, supposedly, that it could be you can have it and not have symptoms. You can have the virus like stuck in your nose.
Yeah, it could be stuck in your nose
But-
or your throat. That's why they say constantly drink a lot of liquids, drink tea, hot, anything that's hot. Will kill the virus, and it will flush into your stomach, and obviously your
They don't want it to like get to your lungs. That's what. Yeah, fucked up.
No.
Scars the lungs.
But yeah, it's crazy because like the story I have, it's crazy because not only that, it's just now people are more afraid to go to hospitals.
Yeah.
Like my grandma, she fell like 2 weeks ago. She fell 2 weeks ago. Nobody wanted to take her to the hospital because it's like, oh, coronavirus. But it's like, fuck, like if I fall and have a seizure, I'm not gonna be like, yo, it's gonna pass. Don't take me to the hospital though. Like people shouldn't be afraid still to go to the hospital. So the whole 2 weeks she didn't go. Today she had the worst pain that she ever felt. We finally managed to take her, and for 2 weeks she's had a hip fracture, and she didn't even know. Nobody knew.
That's unfortunate, especially people at that age that they fall. It's
Yeah.
like, God forbid, like I said,
Yeah.
hopefully that she recovers and that's it.
It feels like nobody. I don't want to talk about that, but nobody really dies of anything else but the coronavirus.
Nah, yeah.
People don't get heart attacks.
No.
They don't get, they don't.
Nobody has diabetes
yeah.
no more. Nobody gets into car accidents. Nobody gets shot no more. Like in Miami, there's a shooting every day. Somebody gets shot, especially in Florida.
That little girl.
Somebody gets shot.
There was a little girl that died.
Oh.
She got shot.
So it was her and her boyfriend. Her boyfriend, they're both in high school, and her boyfriend, he likes to sell things. Like he was selling some Yeezys, and I think he was selling like 3 pairs, and it was down in Homestead. So they went to go meet up with the buyers and these 2 guys that just wanted to rob them. So I guess the guy wanted to put them on, but something went bad. They're already planning on robbing them, like just taking the shoes. But I guess it went south from there, and then they started shooting at the couple. The bullet grazed the boyfriend, I guess, on the arm, but the girl got shot like in the torso, and then she died in the hospital. That's unfortunate. It's like, damn, you can't just like you're trying to do a little come up like during this time, and then some bullshit like that with these fuckers that can't do shit right.
Yeah.
It's like you're gonna end up staying in prison your whole life just because you want to come up on some shoes.
Shoes, yeah.
That's so stupid. Like, how dumb are you? Like,
I don't understand the concept.
Like, we could outweigh what's. Shit, I want my mind on blank. Definitely have to do this out. It's crazy how our phone was like listening to us. I didn't even say Google and it like popped up. You're gonna break the fucking nuts.
Are you ready to continue?
So now is a good time to open up a company. That's what I do.
Now is a good time to open up a company.
So tell us a little bit about what you did.
What I do, I'm a transport broker. So basically, if anybody out there wants to transport Ferrari, a Lamborghini, or say whatever type of vehicle I can move with. Basically, I connect you with a network of carriers, truck drivers that can carry your vehicle from point A to point B, anywhere in the States, Hawaii, or even Alaska. So, to be honest with you, I can't really talk about it because I'm under contract.
That makes sense.
So
we could just edit this part out. Because it could be
I just realized that I could have talked. Yeah.
That could be used against them in the court.
In the court of law. Yeah, I was this part up. Tell us about your crazy ass story.
Okay, so I work for a tattoo shop, and I'm not the shop manager, the shop assistant, so I have the shop phone and answer all the calls that go through for the shop. And so it's an iPhone. So once in a while, I'll just get like somebody like trying to FaceTime me. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna FaceTime somebody. You could either call or text, whatever. But last night, so I was FaceTiming somebody else, and so while I was driving, I thought it was that same person. So I answered it. It was some guy. I was looking at it. I was like, okay, I know this person. So I hung up, and then they tried to FaceTime me again, and then they messaged me. It was like, hey, answer the phone. Who was that? I was like, I couldn't really respond, so I wrote like there's a default answer. So I just wrote, hey, can I call you back later? And so this guy writes back, no. He's like, just pick up Snow Bunny.
Snow Bunny?
Snow Bunny. And he's like, nah, I'm good. Don't call back. Whatever. I was like, okay, whatever. So then today, I get another call, somebody trying to FaceTime me. If I don't recognize the number or if I don't have it saved, obviously I'm going to answer it. Because anybody could call that number because it's the shop's phone. You can find it on Google. You can find it on Instagram. So I'm not going to get into a FaceTime with somebody I don't know. So then they finally called me on a regular call, and it was some girl, and she's like, hey, can you please FaceTime me? I'm having a situation with my boyfriend. He broke up with me. And then he thinks somehow he saved your number, the shop's number, as her number. So he's calling, which really don't make any sense.
It makes
like
no sense.
So how are you talking to her? Like what? Are you only talking to her through like IG or through like another? So it's kind of fishy to me, Like, are you the side chick to this guy? Like, I don't know. So then she was like, "Can you FaceTime me?" I was like, "Okay, yeah, fine." so I'm FaceTiming her, and she was like, "Hey, yeah, somehow my boyfriend." I told you the story, and then she's like, I want to like clear this up with him, and then I'm gonna record you, and you just tell me, you know, tell me what you've been telling me. Like, I'm a little drunk.
So, okay, so to get this clear, she saved your work number.
So
the guy,
her boyfriend saved my work number
as her.
but as her. So when he thinks he's calling her, I pick up. So she thinks that she's with some guy.
Yeah. I mean,
so to clear that up, I was like, okay, she recorded me through FaceTime, and I'm like, hey, my name is William. I work at. You can look us up through Google. If you Google this number, it comes up as to like bleep the. And then if you go to our social media, also our number. So she recorded me, and then we started talking about it, whatever. I was like, well, good luck. You know, I hope you and your boyfriend resolve whatever issue you guys are doing. But it still doesn't make sense why he would.
Yeah, I think they're probably not even boyfriend girlfriend. They're probably, just like I said, they probably only speak on IG. Somehow he got that number, saved it, and I don't know.
Like he's trying to hide it.
That sounds.
It just sounds
fishy
as fuck. And then so I texted the guy. I was like, "Hey, yo, this is William from East Miami. I don't know how you mix this number with your girl's number, but you can Google us, and you can also go on to East Miami. So I don't need no problems. I don't need this guy coming to my job teaching some shit. You know, I'm not a fighter. I don't like to fight. I carry a gun. This is Miami.
Yeah.
You know? I'm not gonna sit there and fight somebody. I don't have time for that. I'll just pull out my gun like the Miami ass nigga that I am.
End up on Channel 7.
End up on Channel 7. Because I'm a guy, I'm very, very calm. You know how I am.
Yeah.
You never see me ever get mad. Have you ever seen me get mad or frustrated?
Never. Even when
people were screaming at my face when I was
remember
looking
that
at
one
the hotel.
Argentinian guy?
Oh, man. Is that he would not let down, and then like
once the cops came, he was like, "Oh no, we're good."
Even then, I kept my cool.
You did. I've never seen you like blow up where you're about to like drop somebody.
Just learned that I understand they're frustrated, and it's just like, and then there's a time I was like, okay, when you're working in the middle of the night, it could be stressful, because your lack of sleep. And whatever else you're dealing with that's pending that you have to do, and you have to have only a small amount of time to get it done, and then issues arise. Like, it's stressful. It's a stressful job working in hospitality. But I always try to keep my cool, always. Especially, I don't care. I don't work in hospitality anymore. I used to carry my gun at work.
Oh yeah, I always felt safe working.
I was like, I carried my gun. He knew about it. Yeah. I was like, hey, Carl, if there's ever a situation,
it's right there.
You know where the gun is.
Yeah.
So you're in the back office where the gun is, or sometimes I'll keep it on me. But if I didn't have it on me, I would always let Carl know, like, look, the gun is there. You know how to use it. If a situation arises, we have that protection. And so, and on top of that, we're from Miami. We're Miami-ass people. So it's like, we always have to keep cool. You never want to do something you're going to regret. Because I've had a family member that did something that, he shouldn't have done. He wasn't level-headed. And ended up doing 10 years in prison for just being stupid.
Sounds like Miami.
Very Miami thing to do, That happens to me. I used to be young and I used to go crazy. Like, I couldn't control myself. Once I got mad, that's the thing about me. That's why I don't get mad, because when I get mad, bro, I stay mad for days. Days. Like, I can't cool off. So that's why I'm just like, woosah. Like, especially being a person that carries a gun, you have a responsibility, to control yourself. Because it's so easy.
Amen to that.
You always say that, like, oh, I would never do that. But you don't know what you're capable of when you're fucking hot. When you're pissed, it's called the heat of the moment. Anything. You find your girl that you love and that you dedicated yourself to, and then next thing you come home
she's
and
fucking your best friend.
She's fucking your best friend. That's you've known since you were a little kid. It's like a big as a trail.
This guy.
First thing you think of is like, I want to kill both these motherfuckers. And it's unfortunate because we worked with somebody that happened. That happened at our job. So there was those people that worked at night that cleaned the hotel.
Oh yes, that's right.
So there was this really cute girl, very attractive, Luana. Her and her husband worked for this cleaning company overnight.
It is recording. It is recording.
And then the owner was like, "Hey, she thinks you're really cute." He's like, "Oh, talk to her. She's she likes you." But I was like, "Yo, I'm not gonna talk to somebody's wife, especially that they work together." And he would always tell me, the owner, he's like, "Bro, just talk to her. She thinks you're cute. She likes you." I was like, "No, leave me alone, bro. Fuck that." And then one night he comes and he's like, "Oh, yeah, they killed the Rubia. Like, she's dead." And I'm like, "What do you mean?" She's like, the husband killed her wife because they had split, and he found out that she was like already moved on, like within like days or like weeks.
Yeah, she was ready to.
And then he went to her wherever she was, beat the shit out of her, and then set the house on fire and killed her.
Yeah.
And they had a child together, and then, man, that broke my heart when I saw that, when I heard that.
Yeah, that shit happens all the time.
Yeah.
Could you imagine? That could have been me. If I would have been like, yeah, fuck that nigga. Like,
there was a video that I saw online of a lady she worked. This is in New York. Lady worked in a salon, and I guess they're already separated, her and her husband. Or she cheated. I don't know what the story was, but he came into the salon with a knife and just butchered her. And like he stood on top of her body, like, all bloodied up.
That's crazy.
Until the cops came.
That's crazy. It's crazy.
so you don't know what you're capable of when you're fucking pissed. When you're in that zone, with your emotions, that's something you can't control. Seeing that I had a family member that just didn't know how to control his emotions.
That's what it is.
So I have that too.
Mindset.
So it's like growing up, I was always scared that that's gonna happen to me. There was a point where I remember, I used to beat up my sister.
Yeah.
But there was a point where I was like, damn, like I was already like 12 or 13. I was like, damn, I'm way stronger than my sister. I could really hurt her. So then I was like, that's when I learned, like, damn,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do that anymore.
Yeah, a lot of people that know me, like like I have like endless patience. Like nothing will get to me. And a lot of people actually tell me that they're like, I'm scared for the day that you pop.
I would always say that. I was like, you know what? Carl is like a fucking balloon. But like every time he gets pissed off, it's just like one little blow into the balloon, like And so just imagine how many times you got that you took that and that. It was just like And then it's just that it's like, you being a younger guy. I remember when I first met you, I was already 29 turning 30. I think you were only 23.
I was barely 20 something. Yeah.
You're like 22, 23, and then you were already a manager. And then I was like, damn, I respected you because you were young, you're married, you had a daughter, you're already adult at 22, 23. I respected that. Kind of, sort of. I would test you. I'd fuck with you a lot. I was just like, damn, this guy's really smart. I respect that he's very responsible because I'm not like that. I'm not responsible. I'm not, whatever comes to my mind, or if I would get kind of mad. I just respect him a lot. But it's funny that I know when you pop, you just pop. You're like, nope, I'm not dealing with this shit.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. And that's something that's like out of your character. You were just like, I remember you told me you quit your job at the hotel. You were like,
I was like, fuck it.
I was like, what do you mean? Like, did they do something to you? Or was there? You were like, no, it was just.
That was it.
It was something super small.
I was like,
that was like the last. It wasn't like a big thing. Nobody screamed in his face. Nobody. It was just that. It was something really minor, and I know this. It was something. It was just that you were really tired, and you were just thinking, I don't want to deal with this anymore because this is how I'm always going to feel. It's just that moment, you were working 2 fucking jobs full time, and just that little thing just bothered him. And he's like, he went to the office. He was like, hey, I resign. Because I don't know how many times I would do that. I was like, yo, I'm gonna go in and tell Ricky I quit. Like, I'm done. I'm fucking done. I'm done. So I knew exactly what you were going through. Well, you got the balls to do it. I did not have the ball. It took me a month No, it took me almost 8 months.
Bro, but on top of that, he didn't even quit. He just wanted, so he wanted his weekends. And I was down to work his weekends. So it's like, okay, I'm going to tell our boss that I want his weekend so he can get the weekends off. He doesn't know it. He deserves the weekends, right? And then I told him, I was like, but if he doesn't give it to me, I'm just going to put my 2 weeks in. Bro, he didn't give it to me. He was like, nah, like, we can't have set schedules. Like, okay, then I'm my 2 weeks. All right, let's talk about it. Come here. And then I got,
this guy got me what I wanted for. I've been working there for almost 2 years. I never got weekends off. I would never get any vacation time. And then it's funny because all other managers, one manager always got his weekends off, and then another manager will go on these vacations. Like he'll go on these week vacations. God forbid if I asked for 3 days off.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday. No,
I just wanted like, yo, can I get like a Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, Sunday?
He's maxed out on PTO and is like, can I just use 8 hours?
I maxed out on my PTO, and when I quit, it was like $4,000. Like it was my whole PTO, and it sucks because they tax the shit out of me.
Yeah,
I didn't get 4,000. It was like 2,800 or something, or 20 something.
I kind of did that too, but what I did was I didn't want to quit my job.
So it was like furlough?
No, I just made up a story.
Don't want to say that.
but you don't work there.
Still works there.
Oh, he still works there. Nah, don't worry, they'll never watch
It
this.
don't matter.
Nobody's ever going to watch this.
It don't matter. So basically what it's,
One segment, piece from the Middle East.
yep, it's curfew. 10 o'clock curfew nowadays.
10 o'clock curfew.
9:30 on, what's today, Tuesday? Wednesday?
Tuesday.
Doesn't matter.
It really doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. But
Every
remember,
day is the same day.
that's right. Remember, but make sure you like, subscribe, leave us your comments. We'll see you guys again next week.
Take care. Salud.
Salud.